Today I've got someone special with me, um, special to me particularly. This is my stepdaughter. This is Hannah Jane Shamy Calder. In addition to being my stepdaughter, Hannah Jane has a very broad sports background. So, Hannah, just tell us a little bit about what all you've done, um, disconnected in some way to sports.
So many to sports, you mean my whole
Yeah,
life?
yeah. I mean, not going like you know step by step by step by
Yeah,
step, but
right.
just what sort of things have you done?
Yeah. Well, I mean, really, my whole life I've just played sports, all of them, whatever I could do.
So,
Uh,
like in high school, for example, you played
oh
three
yeah,
sports.
high school four, technically
Four,
one
that's
year,
right.
one
Four.
year. I did, high school um, I did track one year in high school, which I really liked. Actually, in middle school, I also did some track and field, mostly field. Not much running. We don't, I was never a endurance runner of any kind.
Yeah,
Uh,
or a
but
speedster.
no, no, just when I needed to be, because
Exactly.
because I played volleyball, basketball, uh, and then I really got more into soccer when I got into high school too, which was great. And I did in high school did track for a little bit, and I just decided to focus on soccer in the spring a little bit more.
Yeah,
But
but yeah. So, what was your transition in soccer like, going from playing soccer at Cedar Ridge, which at the time the soccer was, you just kind of play,
yeah, I played.
to Leesville Road, where it was, I think, an entirely different experience for you.
Totally different, totally different. It's probably one of my favorite memories from high school and playing sports in general. Basketball was a little different too because I transferred then, but soccer, so at Cedar Ridge, it was a 2A high school. So it's already a little bit of a different competitive nature. It was a small area, small school. A lot of our gals didn't really play travel soccer. It was fun. They may have played through middle school or growing up, and we had a lot of really talented soccer players, but um, the whole of us, we were just athletic, right? I mean,
Right.
I was tall, I could run, I could play defense, had a killer slide tackle. So, they put me in center mid, they put me on left back, right back, they put me in the midfield.
Right.
Uh, so so I got to play a little bit of everywhere at Cedar Ridge, and I got to learn a lot more about soccer. But when I transferred to Leesville, man, that's a 4A high school, and in the core of North Carolina, travel soccer too, where you got
Right.
at the time you had Castle, you had Triangle United. I mean, it was competitive.
Yeah.
When we had tryouts, I had never seen anything like it. I mean, and not to mention coming in, they were already state champions the year
Right.
before. And
Right.
so I was like, what am I gonna do here? And so and I couldn't kick for crap. I never really could.
Right.
I could take a swing at it when I needed to at defense, but we were doing drills. Once again, I was just athletic.
Hmm.
And so the talent was just absolutely just another level. Uh,
So,
and I mean,
so,
some of these gals played since they were born. I mean, since they could
oh yeah,
walk, right?
yeah, because it is the triangle area is so strong in both um, men's and women's soccer,
Yeah, yeah,
and by the time they get to high school, they are exceptional players. So that's
yeah,
kind of what you stepped into, going from Cedar Ridge to Leesville Road,
yeah,
um, and of course at Leesville Road, you played for one of the most outstanding soccer coaches, um, not only in North Carolina but in the state. So,
oh yeah.
um, tell me a little bit about Coach Dink.
Yeah, Coach Dink. Well, man, I always have a soft spot in my heart for Coach Dink because when I went to tryouts, I knew he knew I couldn't play in the field ever.
Yeah. Well, when you were trying out, and he was talking to me one day, like after the first day of tryouts,
Mhm.
and I said, please, Paul, please don't give her a spot on that team unless she actually can help you. Don't give her a
Right.
spot because, of
Yeah.
our relationship. We're both coaching there. Um, and he's like, oh no, mate, because, the whole
Yep.
British thing with Paul. And, and so you really had to be able to come up with something other than playing the field
I
that you
did.
could do to help the team.
I did. And he believed in me so much in my athletic abilities and my previous experience, transferably from other sports.
Right.
He put me into goal. Mind you, I'm going to set the stage here. I'm coming into a state championship team playing goalie that I have never played that position before in my life. And and I think that goes to say how much of a great coach he was
Oh yeah.
because he could see athletic potential and he could see hard work. And I'm glad I could show that too, because, in the end, I think I showed him what I could do and I had the
Oh,
hard
no
work.
doubt.
I had the athletic abilities, but what a lot of people don't know too is, soccer's it's a foot sport. I was much better at hand sports. So I think that was his first clue. And so I think he between volleyball and especially I got to play basketball at Leesville and
Oh
I
yeah.
I
Oh yeah.
got to show up really at Leesville and uh make a little bit of a turnout on that basketball
Oh,
team
no
and showing
doubt.
my skills there. But
And playing
he
at the 4A level versus
it,
playing at the 2A level.
which is just a totally different
Oh yeah.
level of because you have so many more people to pick from,
Oh yeah.
choose from, tryouts. It's just a bigger area, bigger school. Uh, yeah, so yeah, he put me in goal, and now I was backup goalie. To be fair, I had a lot to learn,
Yeah.
and at the time, I had a mentor, Erica Lenz, who was she was a starting goalie at the time,
And one of the best goalkeepers in the state.
one of the best goalkeepers in the state, and became one of my really, really great friends, even through the rest of high school and after. Uh, and so she taught me everything I really needed to know. When we had goalie practice, it was just her and I. It was just us two, and we were doing goalie skills. Uh, and and yeah, and I made a lot of other friends on the team who really like helped build up my confidence and a little bit of my courage because it's intimidating coming in. I'm playing a position I've never played before. I don't know any of these people. I just came to this high school. I literally know not. I probably knew one or two people who maybe played basketball and then also soccer. Uh, but I knew almost no one. But I
Right.
made some of my really great friends. I still am connected with that
No, that's great.
I
So
got to play with. Yeah,
you worked as a backup goalie
yeah,
and you're learning the process as you go along.
yeah.
And you're pretty much content that that's a good spot to be backup goalie on a team that could win a state
It
championship.
was great.
No pressure,
None.
making friends, having fun, playing
Yep.
for a great coach. And then,
And then Erica got hurt bad.
yes,
She Erica got hurt in a game. Gosh, actually, it wasn't a game. I'm pretty sure she got hurt in practice during one of our drills. And I think at that moment I was like, "Are you okay?"
yeah,
and
please
I
be
think
okay.
and I that's when it really started hitting me. And so I think we actually amped up my training after that.
Oh, I'm
Like, I
sure.
mean, amped up my training. Erica had to be in a boot, and she was doing drills with me. But we had brought in, gosh, what was her name? Sadie? Was that her name? But we brought in one of the defenders who maybe played goalie for a little bit,
Hmm.
I think, to help me with that transition, because we were in middle
Oh
of the
yeah,
season by the time I had to
in
step
conference
in.
play by the time you stepped in.
It was conference play. And so I remember I'm pretty sure my first true game I played was against Sanderson. Um, and luckily in that game, I think I had about 3 touches, but it was enough for me to feel a little bit more confident on the field, to get the touch of the game,
Right.
to get the throws, to be able to punt the ball out of the box, uh, and also, I mean, we just had an incredible back line, and so
Yeah.
I was thankful for
Leesboro Road
that.
was their soccer's known for their defense.
Uh,
It's not like they're beating
100%.
people 9-4 and
Yeah,
eight
yeah,
to three. It's
yeah,
2-1, one to
yeah,
nothing, three to
yeah.
one, those sorts of things.
Yeah, great defense, amazing defense. And I mean, great teammates too, because they encouraged me. They were like, "How are you doing?" They checked in on me. They were like, "You got this." I mean, I was always being built up. I mean, the team dynamic we had was incredible. And that helped me move along even just further in my confidence and how I played. But the, so we're in the middle of conference play,
Yeah.
and I'm having to continue playing goal. And once again, every so often, very lucky that we have such a great back line. But that kind of changes when we get into conference play
Yes.
in the conference championships. And
Exactly. So
so,
the conference championship game.
yeah,
Okay.
this was
Um.
yeah, we played through all of them.
Hmm.
But the semifinal, was it? I think that was the semifinal, or was it the championship
It
game?
was I'm pretty sure it was a championship game
Yeah.
that came down to what do you call those things?
Penalty kicks,
Yeah.
PKs,
Yeah.
PKs.
So
Yeah,
PK. So explain to people who aren't big soccer fans,
yeah,
just briefly, how does that work?
right. Well, PKs is, there's a couple of times when you do PKs in a soccer game. One, when there's a penalty in the box, you'll have a
Right.
PK. So it
Right.
can happen during the game.
Right.
But during this game, when you end up, especially when you have to have a winner, because usually soccer games, during the season, if you tie,
Right.
that goes against your record. It's a different points that go to the whole. And so in conference play and conference tournament, you have to have a winner to move
Right.
forward to win. So we have to go to PKs if we're 1-1 or 0-0, and I can't even remember what the score was.
So you play like your regular match,
Yeah, play 40 minutes each half.
and then you play an overtime period,
Yep, yeah.
which is pretty long as I remember.
Well, and it's changed back. It's changed so much because sometimes they'll do like golden goal,
Right.
where you play till whoever gets the first goal. And I can't remember. It could have been at that time we had a golden goal where you play 10 minutes or 5 minute halves
Yeah,
to
because
to
no,
break the tie.
as I recall, nobody scored during the
No,
overtime,
no,
and
yeah,
so rather than you've already played all this time out there, rather than
yeah,
just go on and on and on,
yeah,
the rule is you go to penalty kicks.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah. So you have to
and
go to penalty
and
kicks, and you have to go with the original starting lineup,
right,
which was me in goal.
right. You can't send in a new goalie. You can't send in
Yeah,
like somebody who really can't play but can really
yeah,
kick the ball.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
so you have to use the girls in y'all's case
yeah,
who played during the match already,
yeah, yeah.
and it's basically a one-on-one competition.
Yep. So it's the goalie is in goal, and then everyone's lined up. Everyone who's you do 5 on each side, and so you get basically from whoever the 11 that start, you choose the 5 best kickers.
Right.
And so everybody lines up at the half, and then it's the first one comes up. They come at that. There's a PK spot right in front of the goal, and it's dead center.
Right.
Um, and at that point you're playing rock paper scissors. You got a 50-50 chance of going left or right, and
Right.
that's really all it is. And so it's a lot of pressure when
How nerve-wracking is that? You know, the whole championship is on the line. There's, nobody else. If you lose, there's nobody you can,
yeah,
blame it
yeah,
on that they let somebody through. It's down to you.
yeah,
In high school,
yeah, yeah.
how do you handle that kind of pressure?
Well, I was terrified. I was shaken. I
Let
I
me tell you,
even
your mom and I were too.
I'm going to be honest. I think a lot of people were shaken because I think everyone also knew I was not an experienced goalie.
Right.
Not that they weren't, confident,
Yeah,
but it
exactly.
was different. It was different.
Yeah.
But I truthfully, for a little bit, I think I blacked a little bit of it out, and I was like, I gotta do this. But I equated a little bit to, when you go to the free throw line
Yeah,
at
exactly.
basketball, right? And it's just you and the goal, and you've got your 50-50 chance. And it takes me back to even some major games that I was able to win at the last minute, just
Oh yeah.
not choking, making the basketball
Yeah.
into the goal. And so um, I kind of use that same tactic, especially in high
Right.
school, especially as athletes. We have to, at a point, we know what makes us tick. We know how our brains work. We know how our bodies work. We know how to hype ourselves up a little bit and to, what brings us that energy. And luckily, from all the other sports that I've played in my life, and luckily and thankfully had won in major situations, you just over time you desensitize to it a little. Not to say
Right.
I wasn't shaken. I was nervous as hell,
Yeah.
honestly.
Oh, and I'm
I
sure you
mean,
were. So that's part one of my conversation with Hannah Jane. And we'll come back with part two in a couple days. And that will focus a lot on how to prepare for pressure situations. Players can do and what coaches can do. I'm sure you're going to want to be part of that conversation. I'll see you then.